Hi, Havish. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Because, Zoom, that's a good quality they provide, but
Yeah.
for the free account, I think they're asking me to wait across the meetings. 3 minutes they want me to wait. Okay, no problem. Hey, you had your breakfast. What time it is now?
It's 10:50
Okay,
morning.
so you're all set.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ lunch చేసావా అయిందా?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's carry on, right?
Yeah.
What we are speaking about, right? So a
Yeah.
website is a place where the information is stored and published or
Published.
served to many people at
Many people.
once. That's a typical broadcast, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what are the other two things come into your mind when you talk about website or web?
Mm. The world language website language.
Sorry, just now we spoke, right? So
Yeah.
people, how do they access? How do you, first of all, how do you communicate? How do you publish?
The language.
Exactly. What is language they use?
Yeah.
They should use
WW.
HTML.
HTML.
www is a verb. I mean, it's just a protocol or the
Yeah. Okay.
terminology. World Wide Web,
Okay.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
More like an assembly. When you say, "Hey, come to meet me in the assembly," that's all, right?
Yeah.
Where people assemble. It's a logical
Yeah.
term, right?
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
using a language HTML, we share the information.
Yeah.
What else? One more important thing. How do they access? If you want to access a website, using they need something to
Yeah.
access, right? What is that?
Yeah.
The tool.
Tool. Yeah.
What is the tool?
Mm. Search.
Like calculator, Paint,
Yeah.
Google
Dot.
Doc. We want a browser.
Browser. Okay.
You have Firefox or Chrome or
Google.
Edge, Safari,
Yeah.
anything you could use, right?
Yeah.
These are all the things that should come into your mind.
Yeah.
Clear? Just a summary of what we have discussed. There is one
Yeah.
more thing, probably I'll cover that little later. There is one more
Mm-hmm.
thing called a protocol, HTTP, which we will see later, not now.
Okay.
I'll reserve it for today, not now. Makes sense? Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all the things that comes to our mind. Any questions so far? Hope you find it interesting or boring.
No, it's good. It's interesting.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let me know that as well, right? I'm trying to probably come back and cover the concepts from a different direction. I hope that suits your interest as well, right?
Yeah.
You get to know, right?
Yeah.
Now, so crickinfo.website. Okay, now if at all, for example, the meeting got over. Now I want to
Yeah.
publish it. That is what I would do here. Is a website where we make our changes, then we'll publish into a website. As of now, it's not a website, but browser is a
Yeah.
tool. I can locally have it. Same way you can use it as well. That's it.
Yeah.
This also we'll see a little later. How do they
Yeah.
publish? Right? Let's say, for example, I have this Crickinfo website. Maybe we'll say the score. What is that? We'll say score of the T20 match. Let's say, for example, right? What's your favorite team? T20.
In
Mumbai
IPL,
Indians.
RCB. In
Huh?
RCB.
RCB, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Royal Challengers, right?
Mm.
Okay. Bangalore. Maybe the match will say match details.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the opponents? We say Royal Challengers versus
Yes. Anyone's fine.
anybody is fine, huh? Mumbai Indians. Probably, right? And
Yeah.
what else you want to publish? Assuming there is a website, what do you expect
Yeah.
when you go to crickinfo.com? What do you website? We are
Yeah.
just trying to make it a
Yeah.
dummy. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
The players who's batting right now won.
Who won?
Yeah.
Maybe you say RCB. Then
Man of the match.
who's your favorite player?
Virat.
Okay. Okay. Let's make him no problem, right? What is the score? Top
Yeah.
scorer. Man of the match, probably you would say how much he has scored. Let's say, for
Yeah.
example, 300, not out,
Yeah.
whatever it is, something like that,
Yeah.
right? Then blah 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 blah. Other details.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
copy it, right? and match details, we say. So just pay attention. I'm just gonna cover a little more today on when you say you present the data over web. That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about now, right? University publishing a result, or a cricket match at the stadium, they publish a match score. Doesn't matter. At the end of it, it's just the information being published. Whether
Yeah.
the information belonging to a cricket match or the information belonging to the exam score. Both are scores basically, correct? Now, if I come and refresh, what do you see here?
The thing which we had.
Whatever we have it, it's stored, correct?
Yeah.
So this is a plain text. Even today, if you look at it, it's a text.
Yeah.
So are we really getting into HTML? What is HTML? Hypertext Markup Language.
Yeah.
That language helps you to convert the text what you want to display with some
Into.
design aspects, some visual aspects,
Yeah.
right? Like in a document, when you type Google Doc, in
Yeah.
general, any document that you type, do you recall how it is being structured? What are all the different elements of a document you have it? Do you type everything in the same line, same hierarchy,
No.
or what do you do?
We changed the paragraphs.
Exactly. You have a heading,
Yeah.
section, paragraph, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You have an element, right?
Yeah.
So likewise, let's go here. What does HTML does? Hypertext Markup
Text.
Language is a full form. What is
Yeah.
hypertext? It is language that helps the content, right, or the information to be presented with a structure. And probably style, I guess. Bit of a style, right? Why is it similar to what? Similar to what we have a heading,
Body.
subheading,
Yeah.
paragraph, table of contents.
Yeah.
You will see in a document. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, do you really see how do I type here? In my source code, how does the information store?
Like.
This is how it is, correct?
Yeah.
I have actually made line breaks. Just
Yeah.
wanted to, for a human to visually read it appropriately, like a
Yeah.
punctuation marks. I have given
Yeah.
some line breaks. There is a
Yeah.
gap between each line for
Yeah.
you to easily understand, correct? That is how I
Yeah.
saved it. But
Yeah.
how does it come when you put it in the
In the
browser?
same line.
Same line without any punctuations. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So the first attempt what we made, attempt one. Store the content in a file with a .html extension, correct? With the line break. Across the lines, correct?
Yeah.
How was it actually? This was the content.
Yeah.
Right. But how was the
Yeah.
output actually?
In the same.
When we see the contents of the file in the browser, output what we see is
Same line.
as follows. What is that?
HTML.
How does it come?
The
One
same.
line.
Yeah.
Without any comma, full stop, or border, heading, nothing, correct? Yes or no? So what is the
Yeah.
observation? There is no
There is no
punctuation.
punctuation or line breaks.
Maintained. You understand? So
Yeah.
the like how you type a heading paragraph in a Google Doc as well, what do? You apply some style, you give a font text to be bigger, bold, etc.
Yeah.
Similarly, the actual HTML, what is the next attempt we're gonna have? apply the actual HTML semantics. How do we do? So if you want the browser to understand, let's say for example, you go to a restaurant and you order for a burger and a Coke.
Okay.
How do you expect two different, they both are beverages, food, right? Food and beverage. Consumables, you want to consume it. How do you expect these two to be served to you?
To be sold separately.
Okay, one is separate.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
In what way? What form? What way?
In a tray.
Yeah, burger should be served in a tray and the Coke should be
in a cup.
Basically, because it's a liquid and the larger one, taller shape, is easy to hold it to drink it. And probably with a straw. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Likewise, for a browser to understand, hey, I want to present a document and that will have the structures. You need to have a grammar, like how a menu card you say, somebody should have told you. This is how it should be. There has to be a straw somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But browser is a computer, is a stupid device. It doesn't have the intelligence on its own. We need to tell the browser computer that, hey, the document that I'm going to send will have a structure to be followed. Right?
Yeah.
So HTML semantics are structure. How do you typically tell the browser with which we inform the browser? That's a tool, right? Our agent.
Yeah.
That the document being served is of a HTML content. Right? So it is not just sufficient you type the save the file as .html. Is as good as you go to school by properly wearing the uniform and shoes, but not prepared for the exam. How does it look? You understand that, right?
Yeah.
You're dressed up well and you are on time,
Yeah.
you're punctual, but you aren't prepared for the exam. Are you a good student still?
No.
Not at all. Right?
Yeah.
Because your main objective, obviously, yes, you get a credit for being punctual and for dressing up well, etc. But they are not that. They are not alone. Even more important thing is you have to study well and prepare well for the exams, right? Likewise. So there are two things we need to do. One is save the file with the .html extension, right?
Yeah.
It is like the student dressing up well and being punctual. You do the outer fit, right?
Yeah.
Second is have the structure inside. This is like what?
No.
Preparing well for the exams. Make sense? Well, how do you form a structure? Let's say this is where pay attention. It's more like a syntax. In English, if you put a dot, what does it indicate? You see a dot.
Full stop.
What do you mean by that?
Like a pause for
you need to pause a sentence when you keep reading. Correct? It's a full stop. You have to give a pause. There is a comma. What do you get? This is what? Or pausing.
Pause. Yeah.
Between two sentences. Correct?
Yeah.
A comma. Continuation.
Continuation.
To continue to read, right?
Yeah.
Continuation for the statements. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Likewise, the HTML is something, right? Don't worry about it, I'll tell you. This is how you mark it. This is a special reserved word, like a keyword you would have heard of it, right? It's a reserved word. In a table, when you go to a restaurant, in the table you might have seen reserved, something like that. It's a reserved word. You don't need to worry about it. This the browser will understand. if any information you present, let's say this is the content. If this comes, the browser will understand that the content present inside these two tags is called as a tag. Got it? Here what you have? HTML is the element or the tag name, right? Is the opening bracket for a tag or element. We also call as an element, right? HTML element. Likewise, what is this?
For closing.
Closing bracket. This is for the element. In the same element, we have it. It's a closing mark, ending, right? What is this then?
For space.
With a slash, you look at this.
Yeah.
Closing element. This is a starting element. Closing, this the element is closed, means the element is beginning. This means this is the element is completed. Correct?
Yeah.
Completion of the tag or element. This is beginning. We are starting and we are ending. So that means in between whatever you have, it's actually a HTML content. We're gonna have a HTML type, right? Let's assume you open an YouTube, an app. Any content that comes in what format you expect?
Video or image. Yeah.
Video? No, not even image, just a video.
Yeah.
YouTube is a
yeah.
video application, correct?
Yeah.
In a browser, when you open Google search,
Websites.
typically you expect a textual content, text.
Yeah.
Sometimes there could be a video, but typically it comes with the text. Am I right?
Text.
If you open a Word doc, Google Doc, text. You understand? You get it, right? Likewise, anything that comes in between this opening HTML, ending HTML element, is how are you getting it? When you order a food, let's assume you order for a Coke and pizza or a burger and Coke.
Yeah.
The waiter takes your order, gives to the kitchen. In the kitchen, they prepare. What does the waiter do?
He is passing the information from us to.
He goes to the kitchen, collects the food that is prepared and gives it to you back. He is serving you. He is also a server.
Yeah.
While serving, what does he do? He will simply lift these two in two hands and give it to you.
Now he takes information from us and he passes it to the.
That's right.
kitchen.
And then he gives you back the food. That's fine. My question is only how he serves you back the food. You order for two items. One is a Coke, other is the burger. How does he serve you? Will he just get the Coke in one hand and the burger in one hand and give it to you, sir? Please take it. How does
he put both the items in one tray and serve it?
He keeps both of them in one tray and give it to you. That's a general understanding. Understood, right?
Yeah.
Something similar to that. Browser is a tool, more like a server or waiter. He is gonna serve you the content. Correct? So whatever you want the browser to serve. In the kitchen, what do they do? Is it a job of a cook? Cook will only prepare the food and give it in a container. But all the wrapper or the decorations, anything that needs to be done will be done by the server or the waiter. Here the browser is more like a waiter.
Yeah.
He understands, here the browser understands any content that comes in between is a HTML content. Understood? We are not at there, like header, footer and all what we where did we type it? Where did we type? Sections, subsections. Here it is. Header, subheader, footer. We have not it there. What did we say? We just say HTML, correct?
Yeah.
So how does it go further? So HTML with the structure, right? So what do we do? Forget about these lines. Whatever I'm typing HTML. For now, you ignore that, right? I'll tell you why it is. This is for a different file type I saved. Do you see the file type? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, what do you see the file name? It ends with
It's
what extension?
MD.
MD. It's a markdown. More like XLS, etc. It's a special syntax. That's why I'm typing it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you that as well. Do I have it? I am not. See, this is not able to render it clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing what I can do, give me a minute. I can open a new tab. Open. Let me see whether I don't have a direct way to open that. Here itself we can give me a minute. Sorry. Here itself we have markdown tool. Yep. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What do you see? This is displayed in a different manner. You understood? See?
Yeah.
Different styling.
Yeah.
That is why I'm typing it here. This HTML. It's a syntax for markdown. Like HTML, markdown is a different file type. I'm typing the contents. Don't worry, I'll share this with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For your reference, right? That's why I'm typing this. Make sense?
Yeah.
You see now. Now it comes in a different line. You see that? The moment I keep
Yeah.
typing, it
Yeah.
comes in a different line. Yeah. See here. Do you see the magic?
Yeah.
It
So the asterisk
understands.
is the asterisk for the making to the next line?
No, asterisk is a special keyword for markdown file, markdown, which
Okay.
will be considered that as a bulletin point because it converts that into
Okay.
HTML equivalent. When you
Okay.
convert it, that's why the preview comes in. Clear? So it's a syntax for markdown. We are talking about HTML now. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
More like, we are having a spoken English, but talking in Telugu.
Yeah.
More like that, right?
Yeah.
So this HTML is fine. What are you gonna do? We understood that this is HTML, correct?
Yeah.
Here, this is what you have to pay attention. There is an element called head. What does that mean?
The heading, the main.
It's a header, heading. What do you
Yeah.
want? This is the next simplest, which goes without saying. What is that?
The main body pair.
Body means actual content.
Yeah.
Header
Main.
means one header.
Yeah. Heading.
But this header is not like a document header. It is not that header. This head section has some important information to the browser for him to understand what type of document, what is the encoding character set, etc., etc. This is more of a precursor information to the browser we give it. Let's say, for example, there is one. This is the bare minimum. What do you have now? Two elements. Head. You share the headers. The most important information to the browser about this document or content or file. What does it say? Like, what is the language and the encoding, character encoding? What do you mean by character encoding? Character set. See, let's say, for example, this is English I'm typing, correct?
Yeah.
Let's say I use a Google translator, right? Okay, let's go here. I would type this. Okay, this is translator. Okay, let's say I go to Telugu. I type Namaskar. This is how it is, right?
Yeah.
So this is a different content, correct?
Yeah.
Different language. This for the character I type, but actually, what did I type? I type TELUGU. That's all. Or sorry, Namaskar in English I type. But the actual data that is being displayed is converted into a different language. That's called character set. Each language has got a different character set. That's fundamental to the computers, right? So this is what we want to intimate to the compiler, that Let's say, for example, you say Telugu news. Telugu news. What do you
Yeah.
expect that to be? Let's say, for example, let us Enadu, right? Let's go here.
Yeah.
Obviously, what you get to see the message contents in what language? In what language you see Enadu?
Telugu.
Script is in Telugu. Am I right?
Yeah.
So how does the browser understand that? In the head section, they will say that this contains the encoding of this language. Got it?
Yeah.
If not, it would be like, let's say, for example, I give this. Let's say, let's go to this curriculum. Yeah, I just type this, or I just type this here. Let's say I say greetings, namaskar, right?
Yeah.
Now I come here. Where is my file? Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So here by default it comes because I've had my settings adjusted. What if I
Yeah.
don't have? Let's see here. File or settings, what do I have? Window, not history, view, file, Chrome, where do I have encoding? In the browser we set it, we adjust that, right? Let me tell you. Tab, window, no. Chrome, services, there, settings, okay. Let me see encoding. Appearance. Somewhere that used to come. If the browser doesn't understand, then the problem is you don't really get to see the same content. That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So for now, the browser understands now, so we tell that's the header
Yeah.
information we pass it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's come back here. So we have a header, and what is that next we use?
Body.
What is that body?
Main paragraph.
Yes, the actual content we want to use. We want to serve, publish, or serve or display whatever is actual content. Let's say, for example, if you go to enadu.net, where is your main focus? Do you pay attention on this and all? You see once.
No, the main.
Your main attention comes to the actual news. This is the content,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Sidebar, the advertisement, they are all okay.
Yeah.
Some advertisement comes in, some menus, and some there's a logo, they have it. Maybe you see it once, but every day do you pay attention on the same logo?
No.
You see on the okay, Karnataka elections. ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజు జరుగుతుంది అయిపోయింది, right? Karnataka elections.
Yeah.
So who won, who lost? So that's the main content that we are interested in. That is the actual content, the document content we talk about, right?
Yeah.
So these two are the two important elements, like head. You understand, right? When you mention
Yeah.
any information to be presented over web using HTML as a language, this is the way we should do. In English, when you want to start a sentence, how do you write a sentence in English? What are the two major rules that you should follow?
Like good. We use the usually like
Got it.
starting.
But in general,
Yeah.
forget about the. You want to talk about yourself, right? I am
Yeah.
Habish, right? Or my name is Habish. So in that sense, how do you form a sentence? What two things you should follow? You start with the capital letter, the sentence.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you end with the full stop. As simple
Yeah.
as that. Correct? Likewise, we say HTML, head and body. Make sense? So far, so good.
Yeah.
We don't have a footer as of now. We can have it, but this contents only
Yeah.
matter, right? Now,
Yeah.
let's put that here. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And this is where my content comes. Correct? Correct. Head, body, and the body. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And I make some alignments as well. This is what I end now. Let's finish that. Okay, you get this?
Mhm.
HTML, head and body. Now let's go back here. Do you see any changes?
No.
Because it's still we need to do little more things. This is just a step-by-step, baby steps I'm teaching. Correct?
Yeah.
What do we need to do? One is here we add a title just to understand. Let's look at it here. It says just a quick info.html. What is that?
It's
It's a
a
file name,
school.
name of the
Yeah.
file. Now I
Yeah.
want to give a title. What is that I give?
Cricket.
RCB versus got it? I give a
Okay.
title. Now if I refresh it, what do you see here on top?
It
Do
says
you see that?
cricket. Yeah.
Title in the sense what? It's a caption. The title that is
Yeah.
on. Make sense?
Yeah.
Then here, let's just watch out and tell you that. These are couple of other things.
Mm-hmm.
This is a header. This is the actual header inside the actual content. Word doc.
Okay.
This is the
Yeah.
actual header of the content. Now, what do you see, sir?
It's bolded and big.
Like a header, heading. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
predefined syntax element. I
Yeah.
made that as a header. Then what do I have?
No, it's
Next level of there are other headers as well, right?
Yeah.
Then what do we do? Let's say. Do you see that? Some changes.
Yeah.
Each level by level heading I'm making. Then this is the match details, right? What do I do?
Yeah. Para.
This is for paragraph. I'll explain to you that. This is here. Or we can even do, let's say, just for the sake of explanation, I'm doing it, right?
Mm.
Here, you add little more semantics.
Yeah.
Then you also add. What do you see now? You see some style, some different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is what hypertext markup language. This language has got some specialities. Did I change the content now? I typed the content as it is, right? Did I change any
Yeah.
content? But
No.
earlier, how the content was presented, now the
It was in the same line. Yeah.
one was same line. Now I brought it to different lines. And I
Yeah.
also did what? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Let's understand that a bit later. But do you see the context of it, right? It's still
Yeah.
HTML content, correct?
Mm.
How does this happen? Let's assume I remove this. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no HTML at all. Still it runs. Why? Because of the fact that the file name is served as .html.
Yeah.
I'll prove you that. Let's have this. I put this. Got it?
Mm.
I save this as, say, dummy dot text, right?
Yeah.
Dummy dot text. I go back here. You see dummy dot text. What do you see here? This H1 is not parsed. It was not understood. It was not converted into a bold text because it's a dot text.
Yeah.
Browser will ignore it because it's something like, let's say, for example, if I talk to you in Greek language, do you understand that?
No.
Because you don't know. Then
Yeah.
even if I scold you, if I appreciate you, you will not be able to distinguish it. That's what it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I save this file, save as, say for example, dummy.html. You understood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you see that here itself that changes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I go back. What do you see, sir?
It's
So the browser understands with the two things. If you remember, I told you. What is that? The browser understands this with the two things. What is that?
HTML.
Save the file as .html extension plus the contents. But one alone will not sufficient. You need both. Students should prepare well for the exam, should study well, and go to school on time. Only then you'll appear for the exam. You'll get the full time, and then you should also dress up. All these things should go together. Correct? That's, you understand that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So because you have this HTML dot and then the rest of the other segments, we are able to add a meaningful visual capabilities to the text that you want to publish. Obviously, right, you go to eNadu, what do you get it here? Obviously, you understand the difference, right?
Yeah.
The home page, you see the most important content here. Here there are some two ladies they're talking about, some, right?
Yeah.
And here some red color, you understand, right?
Yeah.
Blue color, red color. Why Allari Naresh is also giving some news today, correct?
Yeah.
What is this red? You understand? Red and blue.
Live?
Black.
Is it live?
One is live, other is.
What
else do you get by looking at the red? Hot.
Yeah, it's
Most
trending.
important, right?
Yeah.
Most, what do you call, on peak, the topic is
Trending.
peak.
Yeah.
Got it? On high demand. That's why they give. Make sense? So this is the fundamentals of HTML or a web design development, basic absolute fundamentals as to how we decide a content. We take a content and we publish it over web using HTML as a language and using, this is a very basic semantics of some tags. This H1, H2, H3 are headers, multiple levels of headers. P is for paragraph, BR is for line break, B is for bold. They are all different meanings. They are reserved in that language, like a keyword. Like dot, comma in English, likewise, they have. This pre, I'll explain to you a bit later. Pre is a pre-tag, means pre-formatted tag. So when you look at it, you get this right as what I've typed.
Yeah.
It's a different style it gives. More like quotation quote you want to add it.
Yeah.
So now how does this page like, for example, as of now? Earlier it was a single line.
Yeah.
How does this like now?
Now it's organized. Yeah.
You are able to highlight it, right? Hey, this is a big text, this is a subject title of the document.
Yeah.
And I'm greeted. That is importance given to me with a namaskar, right?
Yeah.
Then this is the next title. This is score of the T20 match. And they say what is the match detail, who played, and what is each important category of data is presented to me. I'm able to associate myself by looking at the way the data is present.
Okay.
What if the waiter gets you a burger and Coke without covering? The Coke is open. You feel happy?
It's not, no.
You don't feel happy at all. Hey,
Yeah.
why? Because there may be a dust particle coming in or an insect
Yeah.
can come and sit. So it has to be covered for your cleanliness and safety, right? Likewise, the way you present the data matters a lot. So HTML helps you to present the data over web, and that's a part of web design and development. That's an absolute fundamental I thought I could cover for you to have an understanding of how we present the data. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No.
You're good?
It's all good. Yeah.
Great. You're able to understand it as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. So probably we'll catch up tomorrow where I'll explain you a bit more on HTML, bit more tags. How do you present it? And also we can catch up on CSS. There's something called styling. We'll talk about that as well.
Wait, can I do it next week? Tomorrow I have a game.
Sure. We'll catch up next week. No problem.
Yeah.
You're okay with the pace, right? You understood the concept, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's very good. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. So let me know. I'll send you these documents as well. Go through that and let me know if you have any questions. I'm also actually recording this, so I'll send it to you as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good
Bye.
evening. Yeah. Have a good day. Sorry.
Yeah.
Have a nice day and weekend.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.